Bitcoin has been making headlines. It's been hailed as the future of money. But what exactly is it and how does it work? In this video, I'll explain what Bitcoin is, how it works, why it has value, and why many believe it's a better alternative to traditional fiat currency. But before we dive into Bitcoin, it's very important to understand the current fiat monetary system and how it's manipulated by the central bank. Fiat currency is the money issued by a government, and it's controlled and manipulated by that country's central bank. The Federal Reserve Bank is the central bank in the United States. The Federal Reserve is responsible for implementing monetary policy and regulating the money supply. Unfortunately for all of us, the fiat money system is corrupt and allows our governments and central banks to manipulate the system to legally steal a lot of the money that we've earned over the course of our lifetime. So, as of 1971, the dollar is no longer backed by gold. Fiat money is no longer backed by anything.
I call them fun coupons. See that? A fun coupon.
It's just a piece of paper that is backed by a promise from the very government that manipulates the monetary system against you. So how do they manipulate the system? And how do they legally steal our money? Simply put, they just print more and more money out of thin air, year after year, putting massive amounts of new money supply into the market. And because of the dynamics of supply and demand, all this new money added to the system each year makes all of our existing money worth less. So who gets the newly printed money and what do they do with it? Well, first it's important to note that when you hear the term money printing, the Federal Reserve Bank is not printing physical paper dollars or coins. Essentially, they open their computers and just digitally create bank reserves that magically puts more money on its balance sheet. The Federal Reserve uses this newly created money to purchase government and corporate bonds from commercial banks and financial institutions, as well as buy stocks, real estate, and mortgage-backed securities. As a result, commercial banks have an abundance of money available to loan to consumers and businesses, while the influx of new money into the real estate and stock markets leads to much higher prices, causing the rest of us to pay for these assets at these artificially inflated prices. This new injection of money into the economy ultimately makes all the goods and services we buy more expensive for everyone. This is inflation. This is how the Federal Reserve Bank and our government legally steal our money year after year over the course of our entire life. The stats they use to report overall inflation shows about 2 to 3% of inflation per year. This means that over the course of 40 years of your life, your money has lost at least 80% of its value. Now let's move on to Bitcoin. So what is Bitcoin and how does it work? In 2009, Bitcoin was designed to be the perfect money. It was designed to counter the corrupt fiat monetary system that we have today. Bitcoin is a digital currency, which means there is no physical coins or physical money of any kind. It is decentralized and operates on a peer-to-peer network. This means that no central authority, such as a government, bank, or corporation, controls Bitcoin or can manipulate Bitcoin. Bitcoin transactions are recorded on a public digital ledger, also called the blockchain. When someone sends Bitcoin to another person, this transaction is verified and recorded on the digital ledger by a massive network of computers called nodes. This ledger is copied and stored on all of the computers in the network, not just one central computer like a centralized bank or corporation. This is why a decentralized network is much safer, because to hack it, control it, or stop it, someone would have to get control of about 400,000 separate computers that are spread out all across the globe and are owned by tens of thousands of different people, companies, or entities that are all being rewarded to participate in the security of the Bitcoin network. Now, in order to verify and record transactions on the Bitcoin network, a process called mining is used. Mining involves computers solving complex mathematical problems, and these miners are rewarded with Bitcoin. This mining process helps to ensure the security of the network and prevent fraudulent transactions. Once someone has received Bitcoin, they store it in a digital wallet. Instead of a wallet in your back pocket or purse, your digital wallet connects to the secure Bitcoin network. This wallet is essentially a digital bank account that can be accessed from a computer or mobile device. Bitcoin wallets come in many different forms, ranging from software wallets to hardware wallets. Soon, I'll do a future video on the wallet options and how they work. Next, people always ask me, how does Bitcoin have value if it isn't backed by anything? Or, why should we choose Bitcoin over the dollar? Well, let's discuss the value first. First, Bitcoin has a limited supply and has scarcity. Similar to gold, Bitcoin has scarcity. This is very important. Bitcoin is designed to have a maximum of 21 million Bitcoins in the system. There will never be more than those 21 million Bitcoin. So this solves the problem of continuous money printing from the central banks and governments around the world. The dollar, on the other hand, has no scarcity at all, as the Federal Reserve is constantly printing more and more dollars year after year, causing inflation and devaluing our existing money. So the dollar is inflationary and a declining asset, while Bitcoin is deflationary and an appreciating asset. This has massive value. Second, Bitcoin is decentralized, meaning no government, bank, corporation, or other centralized entity controls it or can manipulate it. Earlier in the video, I also explained how the decentralized network of nearly 400,000 computers around the world keep the Bitcoin network much safer than any centralized entity that relies on their main central computer. This is very valuable. Third, Bitcoin is peer-to-peer, meaning you can send directly to and from other people or businesses without a middleman. The middlemen like Visa, PayPal, Western Union, wire transfers from your bank all charge high fees and completely control all transactions, so they can delay or deny any transaction of their choosing. Bitcoin is much cheaper to use, and you control your transactions. Fourth, Bitcoin is semi-anonymous. So on the blockchain, anyone can go look at the ledger at any time. It is transparent and viewable to all. The ledger doesn't have people's names or personal information. All you can see are transactions and wallet addresses. Of course, transactions can be tracked for the safety of the network, but you can't track people's names or business names by looking on the ledger. This, of course, is unlike the current centralized money system, where everything about you, what you do, and where you spend your money is tracked and stored. And in many cases, your information is sold off to other entities so they can attempt to make money off of you. Fifth, Bitcoin transparency. The Bitcoin computer code, the structure, the network, the protocols in the system are open source. This means it's open for anyone to go in and evaluate and verify there is no malicious code or malicious intent built into the system. Also, as mentioned before, everyone has access to view the ledger and transactions. Obviously, you can't change or alter the ledger. Only the mining computers can add to the ledger. But we can all go in and see what's going on in the blockchain. Are you able to go into your centralized Bank of America or Wells Fargo Bank and get access to their computer and all their records to make sure they are running things on the up and up and following the rules? No. This is one of the key differences between being centralized versus decentralized. So this decentralization means the network is constantly being vetted and monitored by the smartest minds in the world. So it has a built-in trust system. This has massive value. Sixth, you have complete control of your money. No government or bank can freeze your account, confiscate your money, or deduct fees from your balance without your approval. Most people don't know or understand that our banks and government can freeze our bank accounts and can confiscate our money under certain economic conditions. So as you can see, Bitcoin has massive amounts of value. And if you think about it, it's pretty ridiculous not to trust the Bitcoin network and instead continue to put your trust into fiat money, the central bank, and the government, since you now understand that they are manipulating the fiat system and stealing our wealth year after year. We need to be free, and our money needs to be free from the central banks that control and manipulate it. Bitcoin is that freedom. Okay, so how do you get or buy Bitcoin? Well, the easiest place to get it is to buy it from a cryptocurrency exchange like Coinbase, Kraken, Bitstamp, or Gemini. Do your own research on the fees to select what's best for you. So first, you simply open an account on their website. You will be required to provide your real name and contact info, similar to opening a bank account. You will need to provide your driver's license or passport. Then you connect your bank account to your Coinbase account, for example. Then you send your fiat money from your bank to your Coinbase account. Then you purchase your Bitcoin. Now at this point, your purchased Bitcoin is in your Coinbase account wallet. You don't want to keep your Bitcoin in Coinbase or any other exchange. Your exchange is a centralized company, so they control the keys to the wallet that your coins are in. It's not your Bitcoin and under your full control until you transfer it from your Coinbase account to your own personal wallet. For example, a Trezor hardware wallet, which is what I use. Very soon I will do a more detailed video on wallet options and why hardware wallets are the safest and best option for you to store your Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. So remember, Bitcoin was designed to be the perfect money, or at least as perfect as money can be. The fiat monetary system was designed so the elite banking families and governments around the world can steal the wealth of the citizens of the world. Bitcoin can free us from that. It's clear that Bitcoin is an innovative and disruptive technology that is changing the way we think about money and finance. I hope this video has motivated you enough to want to continue to educate yourself about Bitcoin and start setting you and your family up so you are ready and prepared to take advantage as the adoption of Bitcoin around the world continues. To get you started, I've provided some links down in the description of this video. And if you found any value in this video, please hit the like and subscribe button below and click the notification bell if you want to be notified when my videos are released. And let me know in the comments what other Bitcoin or crypto-related topics you'd like covered.